guest is the former Vice President of the United States. Please welcome Vice President Al Gore. And what are you... Well, first of all, let me ask you this question, because there's a rumor, I don't know if this is true or not, that some scientists are trying to figure out a way to block the sun to try to slow down global warming.
The feeling of desperation that some of them feel.
Are they really thinking they could do that?
Well, yeah, some of them are seriously proposing, and I think it's completely nuts.
Yep.
You know, you put another kind of pollution, sulfur dioxide, up to orbit, cover the atmosphere. The sky won't be really blue in the way it is now anymore, but it would block out some of the sun's heat so that we wouldn't have to take the difficult steps to stop spewing all this global warming pollution into the atmosphere. And of course, there are a lot of problems with what they're proposing. It turns out plants need sunlight.
Yes.
It wouldn't stop the acidification of the oceans, and it really should be yet another wake-up call for why we need to stop putting all this pollution up there. We put 90 million tons every day up there, and that's what's drying out the soil. 60% of the country in drought last year. That's what's contributing to the worsening of these fires in the West Nile virus, worst outbreak ever last year, Superstorm Sandy. But we need to start speaking up and letting the elected officials know that the future matters to us. Our kids and grandkids matter to us, and we need to start cutting down on this pollution.
Well, I think it does matter, but I think a lot of people just aren't educated enough, and it's because a lot of the information is kept from us, because a lot of people in power don't want us to know how bad it's getting and what we can do to change things. And I think there are things we can do to change. Like, give us some examples of what we could do to kind of reverse this.
Well, we need to make choices in our own lives to try to use renewable energy where possible. A lot of utilities allow you to sign up for it. But most important of all, in our role as citizens, we need to speak up, use the internet, connect with others, and let the political system know that we care about this.
Before the dark powers of destruction, unleashed by science, engulf all humanity in planned or accidental self-destruction. We dare not tempt them with weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed.
Let's see where he's at. He should be right up in there somewhere. Open this all the way back. And he continues to spray the chems, whatever he's spraying. He's crisscrossing through the pattern of the clouds. Wow. This is insane. And as I was shown, we can follow that trail all the way back, and it's not disappearing at all. In fact, as it stays in the atmosphere any length of time, it becomes what looks to be like a cloud, the clouds that I was following earlier, and it spreads out just like these things right here, whatever these are, whatever they are. Okay, here we are on another beautiful chemtrail day. Regardless, bright sunny sunshine. I'm looking through UV I'm sorry, UV protected sunglasses right now. And the funny thing is that when I look into a certain direction, I'm going to try to put these sunglasses over the lens. You can actually see through the sunglasses that I'm wearing layer upon layer of almost invisible sheeting that these very fine particles make. So let me see if I can put them over the lens here, and maybe later in editing I can highlight them. So as you can tell, that's a chemtrail. That's not a cloud forming there. You see? As I pan around here, we're going to see where they end actually, and you'll notice that the sky surrounding the entire valley is absolutely pristine, without clouds, I should say, or without chemicals. I'm sure they're here, but you know, you can't see them. So it's obvious that at about 70 degrees all the way around, or 259.5 degrees, whatever you want to call it, nothing. All the way up into the sky, moving to my left here, all the way across the horizon here, up into outer space, and there's some down there. Look at that, you know, and look at the stream, how they're formed. And if you come over here and you look up, there's one there. I'm looking right into the sun, so I don't know if it's in the frame or not. And then as you move around, you catch where they sprayed, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, with these sunglasses on, you can really see the particles falling away from the other ones that we looked at in a very different way. Looks like it's raining blackness out of those things. And it's not pollution. The pollution is down there. I'm sure we can see that. That's the pollution layer right there. But right there, I'm going to put these glasses over the lens now and see what we can get. Okay, my tape's running out, so it's going to run out soon, like in about probably a couple seconds. But let me see if I can just pan it around here and see if we can catch an angle. I'll stop, and if I see the angle later in the computer when I put this in, I'll freeze it. So let me just do blocks. There's a block. There's a block. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And let me just look through the sunglasses myself again to see where I can see the particle layers. Probably almost right. Yeah, right there. He's out here somewhere. I know he is. Look at how quickly those clouds dissipate. And they're just streaming. I hope I can put a filter on this later and just look at it, because you could see it with these sunglasses I have on. It's just raining down all across the mountain range. And it's not the pollution that I'm looking at either, because since those clouds have dissipated, like not even within the 20 minutes I've been standing here, that haze that's down there across the mountain range has gotten thicker. Look at that. Holy mother of pearls, man. I thought that was just Topanga Canyon pollution. You can see it. You can see it as those clouds get smaller and smaller and smaller, just as I'm talking to you. It's just raining down. I never really had the opportunity to watch this in action to this degree. And look at the effect. Again, the clouds I'm sure are much smaller now, and the haze level over the valley is magnified, and it's grown almost to the caps of the mountain range there. Look at that. That's wicked. I can see it. Like I said, I'm wearing these ultraviolet sunglasses, the UV protection, but I'm going to put them back over the lens again and see if we can get a little better perspective. And when I take this and pump it into the final cut, I'll try to throw a filter on there and see what we got. But look at that once large, menacing cloud stream, and now look at it. It's damn near gone. And look at the range of the valley there. All right, here we go. Put the lens back up. Tell me you're going to protect it. Ozone layer, the ozone layer is way up in the atmosphere. We're being eradicated. We are being eradicated. We are being eradicated. There's no doubt about it. Whatever's in there is heavy. Whatever they're throwing in the environment is heavy. And they're putting it over the population and the mountain ranges, so that when the soil erodes, it's going to flow from there down into the valley over years, over the course of years. And whatever they're dropping on us, that's where it's headed. That's where they're building up like a mountain. So when it rains, the topsoil flows off, comes down into the valley, as you can see from the topography. It's going to fall down those mountains and flow and gently graduate all the way to where I'm standing, about 15 to 20 miles away from it.
The sky won't be really blue in the way it is now anymore.
And here's the result. It's Sunday morning at 11:25. Right now, I can feel tickling